In this video, we're going to take a look at the Arrhenius theory of acids and bases. So let's start with acids. Now, when acidic solutions are made, a process called ionization takes place. If we remember from previous lessons, we've seen ionization before with our ionization equations. And so, in solutions, ionization is the process in which the ions are formed from polar molecules by the action of the solvent. What that really means, and just sort of summing it down, is that the acid reacts with the water molecules. And so, an acid is defined using the Arrhenius theory as a substance that produces hydrogen ions or H plus. Now, when you have hydrogen ions and H plus, remember that this is in an aqueous solution. So you do have water present as well. So technically, these H pluses will react and bind with the water to form what we call a hydronium ion or H3O plus. So either seeing H plus or H3O plus is going to indicate that you have an acid based on the Arrhenius definition. Let's look at an example then. So just looking at how this reaction is written out in both sort of ways. First, looking at, for example, hydrochloric acid, when that dissociates, it dissociates into H plus ions and chloride ions. Okay, and we know it's an acid then because it's forming H plus ions. Now, more correctly, we should really be writing it as a reaction with water. And so HCl reacting with water is going to create hydronium ions, or this H3O plus ion plus the Cl minus ion. So that might be two different ways that you see an acid represented in terms of this definition in the Arrhenius theory. Now, a base is defined as a substance that produces hydroxide ions in water. And so again, that's the Arrhenius definition. Just some properties of bases. They are bitter, they're slippery, they conduct electricity in solution, they turn litmus paper blue. We'll talk about some of these indicators in a different video, but that's just some properties of bases for you. Now, looking at an example, if we look at the dissociation of sodium hydroxide, we know that sodium hydroxide is a base because it creates hydroxide ions when it dissociates. And then the other product are sodium ions. But this hydroxide ion means that it is a base according to the Arrhenius theory definition. So that's it for the Arrhenius theory in this video in terms of defining an acid or a base. Let's move on to our next task.